wines and realize that it doesn't cost much to buy a nice bottle of wine. Even if, and from there you discover what you like and what you don't like, and then keep on following and keep going with the same, whether it's the same grape or the same region.
It started very, not at all ambitious. We had less than 100 people. We just had 4 wine merchants.
65.
And we would actually crawl or walk from one venue to the next. So it was, but we were so happy with the feedback, and it was such a casual environment.
On to wine selection and pairing. How necessarily do you select wines for each event?
Well, every month, or almost every month, we have a dinner for our members where we go to a certain restaurant, and depending on the cuisine, we'll try and look for wines. And it's always like, most of us, don't, our profession is not wine, but we're just aficionados, with a few of us in the membership who are real professionals. So we ask around, we ask our members for their suggestions, and that's how we do it.
But the other way of doing it also, and we've done it sometimes, is that if we have some really good bottles of wine, we'll take these bottles of wine, we'll go to a restaurant, and we'll ask the chef, okay, we have these wines, come up with a dinner that will pair, come up with food that will pair with these wines. Yeah. So in that case, that one is more wine-centric.
Can you tell us what has been your most memorable pairing?
There was a Pinot Noir that went with Kare Kare.
Yeah, for me also, but it wasn't Pinot. It was actually a light Italian. I can't remember. It was a Barbera d'Alba for barbecue in Toyo. Yeah, interesting.
I just remember, like last year when we did a dinner at Métis, and we, which is quite difficult because the flavor, if you know the flavors of Métis, is quite, there's a certain complexity. So it's Filipino flavors, Asian flavors, and quite difficult sometimes to describe and think about, no? But we, CJ, I remember we chose a certain French wine that was a little daring.
Yeah, it was a Juliana's.
Yes, and and we thought the smell was a little challenging, should I say?
It smelled like my Lola's aparador and boiled eggs.
There you go. But it went wonderfully with the flavors of the dish. Yeah. And so sometimes we took that's memorable to me because we took a risk, and it paid off for some, but not everybody enjoyed it. And it kind of sort of reminded us that wine and food pairings are really a matter of taste.
A matter of taste and preference.
What are the current trends in this industry you're most excited about?
More people are becoming interested in wines. Younger people too. And you can see that in the number of new wine merchants that have come out, the number of wine dinners that you see being promoted, the people who attend our wine crawl. Yeah.
Are there any particular wine regions or varietals that people should, take more interest in now?
It's moving up, I guess. So as we, bubbly, sparkling from the U.K, and then
stuff from out of Japan.
Yes,
grape wines.
More, right?
Yes,
even
China.
Yes, and even
Thailand. Yeah,
cradle of civilization. I mean, there's more happening in that part of the world.
Yes,
but mostly white wines. But again, that's another trend. Is that there are certain regions that were better known for white wines now producing reds. This is very, very interesting.
Yeah, so we've really gone beyond U.S., France, Australia, Spain, Italy, and then branched out to a lot more countries for us to discover. So even if we've been doing this for a while, there's still so much we don't know.
How do you train your palate to detect the subtle nuances in the different wines?
Practice.
Practice.
Drink.
And remember, taste, like if you've never eaten a blueberry before, you taste a fresh blueberry, try to remember what it tastes like, it smells like, even just like grass. A lot of white wines are described as grassy.
Grass. Yeah.
So
petrol.
Smell, taste, remember.
What advice would you give to someone new to the world of wine?
Any opportunity you have, even if it's you don't like the smell of it, it's still okay or better to taste it, because then you now have that memory of, okay, I didn't like that, and and the smell that you smelled matched the taste, right? So same advice, it's really just keep trying.
What do you see are the biggest challenges facing the wine industry today, overseas and right here at home?
Climate change.
Climate change.
Definitely climate change. I mean, it's a good thing for some people because, as we said, since the band is moving north, where regions that weren't producing wines before now can produce wine because it's
not as cold as it used to be.
But then for traditional wine regions, it's very challenging for them. Can you imagine always having to second guess when it's time to harvest? Is it right? But then they also have a lot of technology to help them now with, measure the sugar in the grapes and all of that. But yeah, I think that really is the biggest challenge.
Okay. Those are the ladies from the International Wine and Food Society Manila, CJ Jontrial, Nicole Morris, and Nana Ozaida. Now in other news, some reshuffling in Villar's real estate portfolio. Golden MV Holdings, a real estate firm led by entrepreneur Manny Villar, secures plots of land nearly 6 times the size of the Mall of Asia complex in a 5.2 billion peso deal. Golden MV is acquiring 3 companies that together own about 400 hectares of prime land in Villar City. This acquisition allows the company to focus on developing the vast 3,500 hectare estate, which spans 15 towns and cities across Metro Manila and Cavite. The transaction expands Golden MV's portfolio, which includes memorial parks and residential developments. Vista Land and Lifescapes, another company owned by Villar, continues to develop its own land bank nationwide. Ayala-led Integrated Microelectronics, or IMI, is launching a global restructuring campaign to boost profitability and enhance operational efficiencies. While EMI is closing its sales offices in Japan, they will, however, continue serving the market remotely. The company is also downsizing its offices in Singapore and Malaysia. IMI will discontinue its prototyping and manufacturing operations in the U.S. by the end of the year. The company will channel prototyping needs to XLR8 Corporation, while mass production projects will transition to IMI's facilities. These initiatives will streamline IMI's operations and improve margins across its global channels. Now, after a 4-year hiatus, French luxury brand Cignal makes a triumphant return to the iconic Grand Palais for its highly anticipated spring-summer runway show. Tuesday's show attracted a star-studded crowd, including Chanel ambassador and K-pop superstar Jennie, along with fashion icon Naomi Campbell, a regular at Paris Fashion Week. The Grand Palais has hosted some of Chanel's most iconic shows, including those led by the late Karl Lagerfeld. After closing for renovations in 2021, the venue recently reopened for the Paris Olympics fencing competition, welcoming Chanel back to its storied stage. And that's it for Basis Points. I'm Maiki Oreta. We'll be back tomorrow for more news on the financial markets and more. Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonario News Channel, always on top.
Rise and shine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Paolo Del Rosario. Get ready because we prepared a lot of great content for you to make the day even better.
And hello, I'm Moni Tuzon, bringing you a wave of positivity and a splash of happiness.
I'm Ann Assis Carrillo. Let's dive into some serious fun, and more fun.
Of course, we hope you found some inspiration
and good vibes. Every day is
a beautiful day.